Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to our world today. I'm your lovely host, Nora Sakal. This is the podcast where we address issues that matter. We talk about all things living. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for joining us. Yesterday, we, we have been working on the dum 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 15 invaluable laws of growth. Yes. So yesterday we talked on the law of the mirror, and today we are going to proceed with law number 4, which is the law of reflection. Yes, reflection. Now, the law of reflection. What is the law of reflection talking about? The law of reflection is pretty much telling us we have to learn to pause, to allow growth to catch up with us. Now, if you are tuning in for the first time, please like, subscribe. And if you have been following us, thank you for following us. Please share, subscribe, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, go to Facebook, share to all your friends, groups, and people you know, because this is going to help somebody one way or the other. So thank you. Thank you for joining in. Now let's proceed. The law of reflection. We have to learn to say time out. There is power in pausing, the power of pausing. Um, Pretty much reflection helps you turn your experiences into insight. Now, I want you to remember that every experience can be a learning experience if you make it a learning experience. Everyone needs a time to and a place to pause. Pausing will take intentional planned time. Like you have to tell yourself, hey, you know what? I'm going to pause for this moment and just reflect. Reflect on how my day has been, reflect on how um, my week has been, reflect on how things are going. Just take time out and reflect, right? Because what it does is that it helps you to sit and take all the experiences that you've gone through and make it into a learning experience. See, if someone is going down the wrong road, what they do not need is motivation, right? They do not need motivation. What they need to do is to stop and ask questions. Hey, I was going down this road. How did I get here? How did I get here? Where did I go wrong? Where was I supposed to be? And how did I end up here? And why did I end up here? You stop and reflect. You don't speed up. You don't keep running. Road runner. You don't become a road runner, right? So you stop and you reflect. Reflection allows lives markers to become makers. Reflection allows you to take the moments that you have been looking at as, let's just say, not so fun into moments where you can look at and say, okay, I did learn from this. I did learn from that. You know what I'm saying? So take time out to stop and reflect. Pausing with intentions expands and enriches your thinking. So instead of saying, boy, am I glad this is over? What you want to do is say, what can I learn from this? What can I learn from that? What can I learn from this experience? That's what you want to do. You want to change what you're asking yourself in the law of reflection. When you take time to pause, you use what we call your 4 eyes. When you take time to pause, you take time to investigate, right? Investigation is just pausing and finding the meaning in each experience, in each moment, in each time. Second, you go through the incubation. The incubation allows experience and thoughts to grow to their own full potential. So if you have an idea, instead of just saying, okay, I have this idea, and then you just let it go, think about it, reflect on it. Think about what the outcome will be. Think about the pros and the cons. Think about the benefits. Think about all the things that you can gain. Just reflect on that idea and incubate it, because once you incubate it, incubation allows your experiences and thoughts to truly grow into its own full potential. It has to mature, right? And the third one is illumination. Illumination is the process of placing value on your experiences and performance. See, your experiences and your performance, they would either applaud you or prod you. That's what Jim Brown used normally say. Your experiences and your performances will either applaud you or they will prod you, right? And the fourth one, what you want to do is illustration. Illustration is pretty much the process of expanding your experiences into teachable lessons. So, what you go through and learn from, what you want to do is take that experience and use it as a teachable moment for people, other people that are probably going to go through the same thing or are going through the same moment. So you want to take all those, you want to take your experiences into illustrations, right? You want to take it into teachable lessons. Now, if you want to ask yourself, why? Why should I think about this? Why should I go through this process? What is the importance of reflecting? Right? Good questions are the heart of reflection. Now, if you ask yourself why questions and how questions and what questions, what it does is that it brings insight to your experience. Okay, I went through this. Why did I go through this? See, when you practice asking questions, it gives you a better question asking skills. You have to ask the right questions to get the right answers, right? The only reason why you figure out what happened, how it happened, when it happened, and why it happened is that you sit down and you reflect. You reflect and ask yourself again the why question. You reflect and asking the why question, because it is very, very important. It is very, very important to sit and ask the why questions. See, you have to ask personal awareness questions because these questions that explore a greater sense of your own awareness of who you are. Like, for example, what is my biggest asset? And when you ask questions like that, what it does is that it triggers, it usually triggers a mental trade. What is my biggest liability? See, that's usually an attitude or a habit question. You know, what is my highest height? That's your emotional question, your emotional response to life. When you are asking yourself all this question, it triggers certain areas and it causes you to reflect and assess certain areas, certain emotions in life. It causes you to do that. What is my lowest low? Your lowest low is an emotional response to life. What is my most worthwhile? In other words, what emotion drives you to the most success? What is my least worthwhile emotion? What emotion limits you the most? Because you have to know what limits you. You have to know what boosts you. You have to know what uh, helps you. Uh, you have to know all the emotions that makes you your most success and your least success. What is my best habit? See, the secret to a person's success is found in their daily agenda. What do you do on a daily basis? What do you do when you wake up in the morning? How do you start your day? How do you plan your week? How do you go about your day-to-day activities? See, your daily agenda. determines your success. What is your worst habit? What chronic behavior or feeling most limits you? Are you one of those negative talkers? Are you one of those people that tell yourself everything negative? You see nothing good about you? Or are you one of those people that talk positively? What is your worst habit? What is most fulfilling to you? What really strikes your fire? What stokes your fire? What makes you say, you know what? I was made for this. What are you so good at that you know that you know that you know you are the answer to that problem? Is it uplifting people? Is it chemistry? Is it business? What is it? Are you good with numbers? What is it? What is your most prized possession? See, your most prized possession can be a trait or an achievement or anything. What do you look at and know that, okay, this is my most prized possession? What is it? See, to experience growth in a specific area of your life, you have to ask specific questions to that area of your life. If you want to grow in your health, you have to ask questions concerning your health. If you want to grow in your finances, you have to ask questions concerning your finances. If you want to grow in your relational skills, how you relate with people, you have to ask questions concerning that in communication. You have to ask questions concerning that. And you also have to remember growth is a process. It's not something that's going to happen over time. It's a process. So you slowly build it up. So I want you to ask yourself, write down or think about the questions in the areas of which you want to develop. You want personal growth. Think about it. Just write it down. What areas do you want to see growth happen? What areas do you want to see change happen? What areas do you want to see that personal growth? You want to see improvement. Again, remember, to experience growth in a specific area of your life, you have to ask specific questions pertaining to that area, that particular area of your life. So you can't be asking questions about your health when you need growth in your finances. You can't be asking questions in your finances when you need growth in your health. So write down those questions pertaining to your to that personal area that you would like personal growth. You would like to see personal growth. Remember, the journey is worth the trouble. The journey is worth the trouble. Many will not engage in it. It takes time to develop yourself. It takes time to invest in yourself. It takes time to invest in you, to build you, to grow you. It takes sacrifice, but it's a journey that is worthwhile. It is a journey that's worthwhile. You have been working on you for a very, very long time. You can't slow down now. You can't slow down. Think about all the moments that you made it, you purposed in your heart to make the transition and transformation and changes in areas that you want to. You told yourself, you know what? I am worth more than this. I'm worth more than what I'm living. I deserve more. I deserve better. And you changed your relationship status. You changed your career status. You decided to go back to school. You decided to, you know, extend your education. You decided to get a job. You decided to change your relationship partner because they were abusive or, they didn't value you or they didn't, you make changes because you wanted more, you wanted better. And that is growth. That is growth. And since you started and you've come this far, it's not time to slow down. You can't slow down your own growth. Continue to build on that. So think on those areas and continue to work on it because you've been doing a good job this far. You've been doing an excellent job this far. Remember, growth is a process. You have to remember that. Growth is a process. So, in order for you to apply growth, you have to reflect intentionally. You have to reflect. And applying the law of reflection to your life is one of the ways to change and to grow personal growth. Remember, we're talking about the 15 invaluable laws of growth. And this has to do with your personal being, with you. You have to remember, make it a top priority to find a place and time for personal reflection and questioning, asking you questions. You have to grill you and be true to you and ask questions and be very authentic and pure and transparent to yourself with your responses so you can make the change. You have to schedule time. Don't hope to find time. We just had a technical glitch. We just had a technical glitch. I don't know what happened. Everything just went off, but we are back. So that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Oh man. I want you to remember this in life. We all walk with the limp with God, you know. We all walk with a limp with God. And for you to pretty much uh, personally grow, right? For you to have that personal growth and change, uh, it starts with personal awareness that is found only in you through personal reflection and pausing. See, reflection helps you to assess and evaluate. You are able to look back and ask questions. You're able to look back and say, what happened? Hey, what's going on? What am I missing? Or, hey, how far have I gone? How far have I gone? How much more do I need to go? So it helps you look back and pause and reflect and just take time out and know what you got and where you're going. Hmm. Know where you're at and where you're going. So as we take this week, take time out, take time out to pretty much reflect on the things you want to do, the things you want to become. Reflect on what, why, who, where, all the areas of personal awareness. Come to a place of personal awareness. I'm going to repeat the personal awareness questions again so you can explore them to have again a greater sense of your own awareness of who you are. You can reflect on them And the questions are: number one, what is my biggest asset? Remember, write this down. What is my biggest asset? Your biggest asset usually is a mental trait. What is my biggest liability? Usually that's an attitude or a habit. What is my highest high? An emotional response to life. What is my lowest low? Also an emotional response to life. What is my worst worthwhile emotion? What is it? What is your most worthwhile emotion? What is that emotion that drives you to your most success? Where do you function at the most? Where is your peak? Where hey, when I'm feeling this way, man, I get things done. When I'm feeling this way, oh, I'm active. When I'm feeling this way, I'm on it. Nobody can tell me A, B, or Z. What is that emotion? Identify that emotion. Because once you identify the emotions, it does is that you now figure out how to always stay on that emotion so you can always be productive. What is my least worthwhile emotion? What emotion limits you the most? What is it that, what emotion do you function on that limits you from being your best self, from producing at your best, from maximizing you? What is your lowest low? What is your most worthwhile emotion? What is your best habit? And what is your least worthwhile emotion? What is your worst habit? What is the most fulfilling to you? Ask yourself, what is most fulfilling to you? What is your most prized possession? Yes. What is it? Is it a personal trait? Is it an achievement? Is it a thing? What is your most prized possession? Because your most prized possession helps if your most prized possession is your car, the question is, okay, it's my car. How can I make it better than just my car? Because what happens when that car breaks down? How do you feel at that moment? If it's your degree, okay, how can you use your degree to maximize and do the best out of it? What is it? Explore them, explore them, explore them. Because only when you explore those questions, specific questions pertaining to specific areas in your life, before you can truly experience the growth you want to see in that area. And that's it. That's it. That's it for me today. If you have any questions, remember you can email us on ourworldtodaypm@gmail.com. ourworldtodaypm@gmail.com. Or you can send us a message on WhatsApp at 240-838-0746, 240-838-046. Tomorrow, we are not going to be live streaming, but we will be back on Saturday. We'll be back on Saturday, and at that time, we are going to be addressing law number 5, which is the law of consistency. Motivation gets you going, discipline keeps you going. The law of consistency. I will see you tomorrow. I'm sorry. I will see you Saturday, same time, same place. And remember, I love you. Be productive and not just be busy. I'm your girl, Nora Sakal. Have a wonderful day.